Yo, what's going on, dudes? We're back with another Bloons TD 6 video, and I have an absolute banger plan for you guys because we are going to be trying to beat all bosses at once on the longest map in Bloons TD 6. So this is going to be the map that we are going to be attempting to beat all of the bosses on. And when I say all of the bosses, that includes phaze as well. So this is going to get really complicated really quick. I tried this once already, and guys, when I say this is hard, this is insanely hard because the phaze boss is part of this, and the phaze boss can literally teleport like halfway through the map. So this is going to be really challenging, and I think it's going to be pretty fun. Now, because of how hard this is, I went ahead and I installed the crosspath mod to go ahead and give us a little bit of an advantage, because once we start getting to like the tier 3, the tier 4, the tier 5, if we don't have like 3 paragons on the screen, we're not going to be able to win, guys. And the biggest hindrance in this is definitely phaze, because not only will phaze teleport itself, but phaze will actually teleport the other bosses along with it. So that's why I'm using the crosspath mod in order to make us more money, in order to afford multiple paragons. Now, the tier 1 and tier 2 aren't impossible because we can like take down the phaze boss with the elite defender, but that's just like the tier 1 and tier 2. With the tier 3, like even the apex plasma master can't take down these bosses. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of my farms set up, and I'll bring you guys back probably on like round 27 when we have a decent amount of farms placed. All right, dude, so here we are on round 31. We have a lot of our farms upgraded to like banana plantation with a central market. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going for like my actual defense. So for the actual defense, a couple of towers are going to come in clutch here. And the first tower is, of course, going to be the sniper monkey. So I want to place a sniper monkey where it's going to be most effective. So where is it not going to, where's it like not going to be blocked off by a majority of the map? I think like down here would be a really good spot. Maybe like right here. I think this is a really good spot because it could see a majority of the map. And then we're also going to need a village. We're going to need to upgrade this village up to MIB. So our towers can deal with, or so our sniper monkey can deal with not only the dread balloon, because we'll also need to go for the middle pathway on the sniper. That way our elite defender can deal with phaze. Another tower that's going to come in clutch is going to be the spirit of the forest, because the spirit of the forest should be able to like have its thorns on the entire map. So I think what I want to do is I want to go for spirit of the forest, and I also want to go for obviously the elite defender. So with the spirit of the forest and the elite defender, we should have enough popping power to deal with the first couple of bosses, hopefully. Now, I think as far as like the first couple of bosses, I think we're good. I don't think we need to worry about grabbing any other towers. Now, for the sake of like making this semi-balanced, I'm not going to be upgrading the sniper to the top pathway, because I feel like upgrading the sniper to the top pathway would be like super cheating. All right, so here we are on round 40. We're going to be dealing with the first couple of bosses here, and with the elite defender and spirit of the forest, hopefully we can deal with the first rush of bosses. So unfortunately, it looks like my game may have glitched out a little bit when I spawned the bosses in. Let me go ahead and do a home reset really quick. All right, there we go. Now we're on round 41. So now I know we're actually going to be like able to like play the game legitly, semi-legitly. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a central market. Let's also upgrade this to banana research facility. That way we make more money and we can buy more towers to help with our defense. But I think for the first couple of bosses, we should be good. Yeah, we already dealt with the first boss. So like I was saying, I'm not too worried about the tier 1 bosses. I'm more worried about the tier 2, tier 3, and then tier 4. Yeah, there you guys have it. You see, like now the bosses are teleporting with phaze, because phaze teleported. So now every time we deal enough damage to the other bosses are going to teleport along with phaze. All right, so let's go ahead and upgrade one of these banana farms up to Monkey Wall Street with Banana Central. All right, so I think we're good. I think like we're not going to go for any more farms. Actually, you know what? We're going to go for more farms because we cannot have enough money with this. Like, I have a feeling that even if we go for like a Vengeful Sun God and a bunch of other of the like the super powerful towers, we're still gonna struggle with actually dealing with like the higher tiered bosses. But like I was saying, for the tier 1 bosses, I don't think we have to worry too much because we have Spirit of the Forest and we also have Elite Defender. But guys, we're already on round 49. Like, we're on round 49 and we still haven't dealt with the bosses yet. Like, if this will give you an idea of how hard this actually is. Next thing, let's go ahead and grab ourselves a Carpet of Spikes. And with this Carpet of Spikes, we'll go ahead and upgrade it up to Spike Storm and with White Hot Spikes. That should help us out quite a bit. And let's also go with the Mad. We'll place the Mad up here. There we go. Let's go ahead and swap it over to targeting down here, like so. All right, so the phaze boss is now teleporting again. And we still haven't dealt with the Dreadballoon. We only have 7 rounds left until the next bosses. And if we spawn in the next boss, okay, good. Woo, we managed to deal with the bosses. Good. All right, so next thing, let's go ahead and buy ourselves the Apex Plasma Master. Oh wait, no, we still haven't dealt with the Dreadballoon. Dudes. All right, so I almost forgot about the Dreadballoon. I can't believe I almost forgot about him. All right, so there's the Apex. Now another tower that I'm gonna want to grab. I'm gonna want to grab myself Flying Fortress. That way our Flying Fortress can deal damage to the bosses no matter where they are on the map. Okay, so the Dreadballoon is officially dealt with. Let's also look into grabbing another tower that can deal damage across the map. So we'll grab ourselves like the Ray of Doom, and we could actually go for like the Goliath Doom ship, but I don't think the Goliath Doom ship is the play because we don't have a lot of pops on our Flying Fortress yet. So another tower that we can go for, we can actually go for the Boomerang Paragon, the Glaive Dominus. So let's go ahead and go for the Glaive Dominus for the next tier boss. Because yeah, we have the Apex Plasma Master, but I mean, you guys thought for yourself. Like the phase boss ended up teleporting all the way over here. So we're definitely gonna need a second Paragon, and I forgot to send the boss round on round 60. All right, so you guys will have to forgive me for that. We're starting a little bit late, but it should be fine. All right, and let's go ahead. We'll grab the Glaive Dominus over here. Let's go ahead and grab the rest of the towers that we're gonna need in order to get a higher degree Paragon on our Glaive Dominus. Dude, look at how far the phase boss teleport. That's nuts. All right, but I think we're good. Like again, the only thing I'm worried about is like how far the phase boss is going to teleport. Let's grab ourselves a couple more Boomerang boys to go ahead and help us out with getting a higher degree Paragon on our Glaive Dominus. And I know, dudes, oh my goodness, bros, like what is? Oh yeah, we have the Apex at the very start of the map, so we don't need to worry about any of the bosses making it too far because our because our Apex should be able to deal with the majority of them, right? Let's go ahead and buy our Glaive Dominus over here. All right, Paragon degree 23, nowhere near what I would have liked it to be, but I mean, I guess we just have to put up with what we have, right? Okay, so we have 1.6 million. I think what I want to do now, let's buy ourselves our Spectres. That way our Spectres can help our Goliath Doom ship get more pop. And then we'll upgrade all the Spectres up to a Spy Plane. That way they can also help deal with phase. But I think we already dealt with phase because I think our 2 Paragons were able to deal with them. But guys, if it wasn't for phase, this would legitly be not that bad. But phase completely ruins the entire thing. There we go. So now we have a bunch of Spectres. Let's go ahead and buy ourselves a couple more banana farms because like I was saying, I definitely want to grab myself like a Vengeful Sun God to help out the rest of my towers. All right, there we go. I think we should have enough money now. Like we should definitely have more than enough money with all of these banana farms. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a bunch more Spectres to give us more global popping power as well as give us more money for our Goliath Doom ship. Because I think for the next tier, I'm going to want to grab the Goliath Doom ship. Like the Apex and the Glaive Dominus are both really good towers, but because of phase, I don't know if it's going to work out for us. All right, guys, run round 75, 5 more rounds until the tier 3. And I think I'm going to end up going for the Goliath Doom ship for the next tier because I think we're going to need that global popping power for sure. And once we get Goliath Doom ship, we should have a much easier time. But I still am a little bit worried. All right, so here we are on round 80, and here comes the bosses. So let's go ahead and buy ourselves the Goliath Doom ship. That way, our Goliath Doom ship should be able to deal with or help our other towers deal with the bosses. All right, now the next thing I want to go for, let's go ahead and go for the Vengeful Sun God. So place the Vengeful Sun God right here. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves some sacrifices for the Vengeful Sun God. In order to do that, I'm probably going to need to sell my mad, but we're going to wait until we deal with the bosses or with the current 5 bosses that we're dealing with. All right, we almost have the phase boss dealt with. All right, there's phase done. So we no longer need to worry about phase. Oh, it's so good. All right, there's the Dreadballoon down. Now we just need to deal with Lich. And then after we deal with Lich, we're going to go ahead and start going for the Vengeful Sun God. All right, there we go. We dealt with Lich. So let's go ahead and start going for the Vengeful Sun God. We'll get rid of all of the unnecessary towers here at the start of the map. We'll keep the Elite Defender because the Elite Defender can definitely help us out quite a bit. All right, and there we go. We should have our Vengeful Sun God now. Oh no. Darn it. All right, and this should be our Vengeful Sun God. There we go. Now we have the Vengeful Sun God on the screens. Let's go ahead and buff up the Vengeful Sun God as well with a normal support temple. There we go. And now we've buffed up our Vengeful Sun God with a support temple. Let's go ahead and increase the range, and then we'll also go ahead and throw a village on these bad boys like so. Perfect. Now we can't activate the Homeland Defense because of the Lich boss, but I think this should help us out quite a bit. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to start going for Navarch of the Seas. So in case you guys were ever wondering if you guys got a bunch of aircraft carriers on the screen, what it would look like with a bunch of small planes, it looks absolutely crazy. It looks like there's a bunch of ants just crawling all over my computer screen. But let's go ahead and grab our Navarch of the Seas. We should have more than enough money spent on our aircraft carriers. And we ended up with degree 30, so perfect. Now, the next thing we want to do, let's go ahead and go for Ascended Shadow. Now, we kind of want to like space out our paragons a bit, especially for tier 5. So we have Navarch over here. We have the global range with the Goliath Doom ship. We have the Vengeful Sun God and Glaive Dominus over here. So we'll probably put Ascended Shadow over here with Apex. And then we'll throw like the Magnus Perfectus up here in the top left. That way we have like paragons all over the screen. So that it shouldn't be a problem for us. So no matter where the bosses are on the map, they'll have to contend with at least one paragon. Man, I love this map because you can place down so many towers. Like if this was like a normal boss, which I'll probably eventually try, what I would have done is I definitely would have like filled up the entire screen with farms. Could you imagine like how much money you would have if you filled up the entire screen with farms? That sounds absolutely crazy. All right, so round 100, let's go ahead and send the bosses and the tier 4 bosses. Oh my goodness, dudes. Let's go ahead and see if the towers that we have can deal with the tier 4 bosses on round 100, which now that we have a bunch of paragons all over the screen, I think we're setting in a much better position. Let's go ahead and take a look at the screen. So far the bosses are still down here on Monkey Meadow, which is good for us. Let's go ahead and sacrifice for the Magnus Perfectus. So now the Magnus Perfectus will have the top left hand of the map locked down. Okay, now the next thing we need is Ascended Shadow. All right, so let's go ahead and start going for Ascended Shadow. The only question, do I want to have, okay, so we have the Vengeful Sun God, the Glaive Dominus. We'll do Magnus Perfectus as well as the Master Builder up here in the top left. And then we'll do Ascended Shadow and Apex Plasma Master down here. I have no idea what the Vortex boss is doing right now, but it looks like the phaze is way over here on Park Path. Okay, now the next thing I want to do, let's go ahead and start going for the Ascended Shadow. And then after we get the Ascended Shadow, we will go for the Master Builder. So round 108, we still have the Dread Balloon. We still have Vortex as well as Bloonarius left to deal with. Let me go ahead and take a look here. I think we're doing pretty good. We should be able to deal with all of these bosses with little to no issues. Then after we do this, the only thing left for us to do would be to grab the Master Builder. And of course, we'll grab a couple of debuffing towers as well. So we'll grab like a bunch of Ice Monkeys. We'll grab ourselves the Cripple Moab, and I think we should be good. To round 110, let's go ahead and take a look here to see if we've dealt with all the bosses. All the bosses have been officially dealt with. Nice. All right, so let's finish buying all of the sacrifices for the Ascended Shadow. All right, so let's go ahead and buy our Ascended Shadow. There we go. Paragon degree 30 on our Ascended Shadow. Perfect. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to grab our engineers. So let's start going for our engineers. All right, round 116. Let's go ahead and grab our Master Builder. So now we have all of the paragons in Bloons TD6 on the screen, and we have them like divided up in sectors. So we have Ascended Shadow in the Apex down here on Monkey Meadow. We have the Vengeful Sun God with the Sun Temple as well as the Glaive Dominus over here on Park Path. We have the Magnus Perfectus as well as the Master Builder over here in Town Center. And I'm blanking on the name of this map. I think it's Downstream. So we have the Goliath Doom ship as well as the Navarch of the Sea over here on Downstream. All right, so here we are at the end of round 119. Let's go ahead and get the rest of our towers placed down. I'll bring you guys back as soon as I do. All right, dudes, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you back right now. So I ended up placing down quite a few towers. If you'll focus your attention here at the start of the map, we have the Druids with the Avatar of Wrath and Superstorm with a couple of temples here to go ahead and give them a little bit of a buff. We also grabbed our Super Brittle and placed our Super Brittle right here. We also have our Apex Plasma Master as well as our Ascended Shadow. Then if we move along the path here, we have our collection of Dark Champions to go ahead and give these boys a little bit of a run for their money along this long path here. We also grabbed ourselves the Vengeful Sun God, as you guys know. We also have our Super Mines, and over here in this corner is where all of our snipers are, along with our Glue Storm. Next, we have our Glaive Dominus. We have our Spirit of the Forest. We still have all of our farms. We're not going to make any use. I mean, we still have a lot of money left over. I'm not going to fill up the entire screen because, I mean, that would just take forever. Next, we have our Carpet of Spikes. We have our Magnus Perfectus. We also have our Engineer, Master Builder. Then we have our little gaggle of helicopters over here. Next, we have our Perma Spike over here, upgraded to a 225. Then we have our Goliath Doom ship. We also have our Aviary here with the Beast Handler. Then we have our Megalodon here with our underwater beast handler right here. Then we have our Dino Park, aka Jurassic Park, with a bunch of T-Rexes and of course the Giga. And our last tower is going to be the Navark of the Seas here at the very back of the map. So with all of these defenses, we should definitely be able to deal with the tier 5 elite bosses on this map. So without further ado, let's go ahead and send them. All right, dudes, so our helicopters are already starting to go to work. We have our Avatar of Wrath as well as our Superstorm and our Apex and our Ascended Shadow doing a decent amount of damage to all of the bosses. Of course, our Goliath Doom Ship is going to be able to hit the bosses no matter where they are on the map. So I think we should be good to go. So the Elite Lich boss already took a decent amount of damage here. We just need to deal with the Ethereal Balloon. Unfortunately, the Vortex ended up stunning all of our towers here at the start. So hopefully our towers get unstunned relatively quick and it looks like they're back to it. Dude, I think I may have went a little bit overkill here, guys, because so far the Lich has already taken a decent amount of damage. So has the Vortex. But what's going to matter is when the Phaze boss starts to take damage. All right, so the Phaze boss is starting to take damage and he's just trucking along the path. Oh, now he's going to have to deal with our Dark Champions. Let's see how long the Phaze boss is going to last with all of these Dark Champions starting to do damage to him. Man, I feel so bad for the Dread Balloon. Like, the Dread Balloon is the slowest out of all of the bosses here. So I'm just waiting for the Phaze Balloon to start to start teleporting again. Oh, dude, it looks like we've already dealt with one boss. We've dealt with the Vortex. So we no longer need to worry about any of our towers getting stunned. Perfect. All right, so here goes the Phaze boss again. It's going to continue teleporting along the track. And it looks like it should be almost about time for it to leave Monkey Meadow and start getting into Park Path. So right now I can hear the Dread Balloon. Unfortunately, the Dread Balloon is now not affected by I don't know which tower. I have no idea what phase all of these bosses are in. It would be really cool if we had like a little section where it displayed the boss health, but unfortunately I think that might be a little bit too complicated. All right, so we are now down to 4 bosses. Okay, so here goes the Phaze boss, and now the Phaze boss is gonna have to deal with the Vengeful Sun God as well as the Glaive Dominus. So hopefully our towers should be able to finish off the Phaze boss, because it'd be really bad if the Dread Balloon as well as the Lich boss and Bloonarius end up being teleported all the way to where the current Phaze boss is. All right, so it looks like Bloonarius has taken a decent amount of damage as well. It looks like he's spawning some more reinforced bad balloons, and it looks like the Phaze boss is starting to progress decently through the park path side of the map. And let's see where the Vortex and oh wait, no, we still have Vortex. I thought we dealt with Vortex. Okay, so we still have all of the bosses on the screen. It looks like the Phaze boss ended up teleporting again. Okay, so it looks like the Phaze boss's dark hole is still over here on Monkey Meadow. That might be a little bit of a glitch until the bosses progress over to Park Path. Okay, so the second boss to leave Monkey Meadow is going to be the Vortex. So now the Vortex, the Lich boss, as well as Bloonarius are going to have to start dealing with the path of Dark Champions. So hopefully we should be able to deal with the Vortex as well as the big boys, the big chonkers that are starting to leave Monkey Meadow. Looks like they're going to get knocked back because they took enough damage. And it looks like the Phaze boss is starting to make a decent amount of progress here. It looks like it's about to start getting to the end of Park Path to where it's going to start progressing into Town Center. All right, so that is the Vortex down. We have officially dealt with our first boss and Vortex is down. So now we only have 4 bosses left to go. I have a feeling that the Phaze boss is going to be the next boss to take a dive here. It should probably be popping any second now. All right, there is the Phaze boss down. And now the next boss is probably going to end up catching the L is probably going to be a Vortex. Wait, no, what happened? I thought we dealt with Vortex. Hello? Like, I'm not gonna see a second Phaze boss, am I? Oh no, there we go. Now Vortex is done. Officially, Vortex is done. I saw it pop that time. Man, it's so hard to keep track of the bosses, guys. And I have no idea what's going on with the Dread Balloon right now, but the Dread Balloon is like kind of like skating along the track, like drifting. I have no idea what's going on with him, but I mean, it's fine just as long as he gets popped. Man, I was kind of expecting like all the bosses to be kind of mostly dealt with once they finish Monkey Meadow because of the amount of paragons we have, but that just goes to show you like how hard like dealing with all 5 bosses at the same time is. Did you guys see all those DDT balloons that the Bloonarius just spawned in? That was nuts. All right, so it looks like the Dread Balloon just took another tier of damage, so the Dread Balloon should be getting popped here soon. Where's Bloonarius? I didn't even see Bloonarius get popped, but I think Bloonarius got popped. Now we just have the Dread Balloon and the Lich boss left to deal with, and then once we deal with these 2 bosses, we'll be good to go. Man, guys, if we didn't have the cross path mod to where we could get a bunch of cash, there's no way we would have been able to deal with all bosses at once, at least on this map, mainly because of phaze. Because phaze, like, teleporting the bosses is kind of OP on the boss side. Plus, I mean, just look how far the Lich boss made it. Like, the Lich boss is already going through the second map right now. All right, there we go. The Lich boss is officially dealt with. Now the only boss left to deal with is the Dread Bloon. And there we have it, dudes. We have officially beaten every single tier 5 boss all at once. Even though technically we did cheat by going with the crosspath mod, I'm still counting this as a big dub because this map is super long and it's super hard to deal with the phaze boss. But anyways, dudes, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that like button. And of course, I'll see you dudes in the next one.